What's going on, folks? Hope everyone's having a great Thursday today. I wanted to get on this YouTube stream today because I wanted to talk about some topics that have been pretty much a hot topic and a good conversational piece on some of the episodes I have been recording. Um, but I definitely want to start off by saying I want to thank our sponsor, which would be Raps VIP event on August 3rd in Long Beach, California, third annual. So great to be a part of this this event. I'm going to be doing a live broadcast from there. There's going to be some great people in the industry that are going to be there. There's going to be some old-fashioned cars, so a little bit of some competition, and just to let loose. You know what I mean? Good place to hang out, talk about some cool stuff in the industry, and you'll be able to sit down with me for a little bit and talk. Hopefully everything will go well with the live stream from the event. It's still kind of up in the air if it's going to be completely live or it's going to be pre-recorded and then uploaded immediately. Really depends on the Wi-Fi and how everything's set up there. But in any event, it will be recorded. It will be part of the podcast. It will be live on YouTube as well. So very, very, very excited about that. And I'll also be at RapsCon as well. So head over to my website, allrap.podcast.com. If you want to set up an appointment with me, I will be at the event all 3 days. I can set up appointments before, during, or after. I will be mobile, so everything, all my equipment. I'm gonna bring a couple mics. I'm gonna bring my recorder. We're gonna sit down. We're gonna talk, and there'll be intimate and quick podcasts, like micro podcasts, 10, 15, 20 minutes max. Talk about some new products. Talk about what's going on, what they like that's coming out, and a little bit about yourself, and will give me the opportunity to talk to some people that I haven't been able to talk to yet, as well as talk to some manufacturers as well. People from 3M, people from Avery, people from Arlon, KPMF. Talk to a bunch of installers. Yeah, it's gonna be a boatload of fun. So thank you to the Rap VIP event for sponsoring the podcast up until the event. So we'll be doing a little bit of some advertising for the event and talking about RapsCon all the way up until August. So it's going to be super, super, super cool. I honestly cannot wait to get out there and hang out. And like always, too, anybody that's on, you can comment on here and I can reply. But I really wanted to get on here and talk about some serious stuff a little bit. Some things that, may or may not in the podcast that's been a really hot topic, which is why do we work so much? Why do we work our tails off? Why, in the stresses that come with that, and whether it be in the shop, in at your facility, or even at home, it affects everybody down the chain, whether you have employees, whether you don't have employees, family members, insignificant others, and as well as your children. These are things that these are things I love to talk about, just because I've been there. I've done that. I've gone through those struggles. I've worked those 15, 20-hour days, and it's not healthy, guys. It's not, definitely not healthy. We can't continue to do that to ourselves. It's mentally draining, physically draining, and some people pay the ultimate sacrifice, whether it's losing family members, moving on, or jobs don't get done because of realistic time frames. If you're a solo person, if you've got a crew of 5, 6, 10, 20, man, I've been there. I've been there. I had a crew of 4 people at one point. They would come in, they'd help me install, do my thing, and I was able to break loose and create more time for myself, whether it was family time or time to go look at another job. I mean, I know the struggles of being a one man shop. I know the struggles of having 4 or 5 people working for you. Jobs falling through. It's the stresses, the money, everything. And I wanted to touch a little bit on that because the last couple episodes this has been brought up. It's been crazy. I never really like to talk too much about personal lives and things like that, but it's my last podcast, man. It really struck me hard, and we dove deep about it, and this was a big conversation for a good 10 15 minutes. Why do we do this to ourselves? What's the benefit of it? It's nothing. Nobody wins out of that. We have to build expectations, and we really have to sit back and really structure our business differently. And honestly, when I started, there was no structure, none, zero. I basically worked till my work was done, and then I went home. That was it. That was my structure. Get it done till it's done. Have the customer come, pay for it, on to the next job tomorrow. There was never no, basically like, hey, come by tomorrow. It'll be done tomorrow afternoon. It was literally, I felt like it was an urgent thing to get done, and we can't do that to ourselves. We can't look at every job as an urgency or a huge priority. I know that things fall, on our laps and there's crazy deadlines, but why stress yourself out? Why do that to ourselves all the way through? It's on top of the jobs you already have. Why do that? I have some keynotes here that I wanted to talk about. I want you to ask yourself, what's your relationship with time? How much time do you give yourself every day to work? How much time do you give yourself to your family life throughout the week? How much time do you give to your kids if you've got kids throughout the week? What is your time worth? At the end of the day, for me at the time, I never thought of it like that. My time was work. It was a sense of urgency to get a job done, get paid, and provide. That was my biggest thing. But I watched my kids kind of grow up, and years went by, and you sit back and you wonder, where did the time go? What benefits did I get out of not being at a school event, not being at a game, not being present? I was only present at work, and the only person that knew that was me. I was alone at work, struggling, working every day. Had my guys there. They'd go home to their families at the end of the day. Who stays? The first guy in, last guy out. Me. That's it. You know what I mean? Job ain't done. I gotta sit back and finish it. There's different structures we can put in place. Time. What time is your shop open? What time's your shop close? And does your shop close at the time you say it closes? If you want to work till 5, you want to work till 6, do you close your doors at 6 and not answer your phone? Not, the door knocks. Do you open the door? Another client? Do they come back tomorrow? You bring your work home. That's just such a huge topic. You bring your work home. How many people bring folders, paperwork, just anything home? Why is not work left at work? I think that's a hard thing to have people have that disconnect. When does work actually stop? Does it stop when you say it stops? That's always a big topic too. And also, I want you guys to comment down below. talk to me. Tell me your stories. Tell me what you what you've done to make all this happen. How, you know, tell me what structures you've guys put in place to have these things to benefit for your health, for your family. Um, it's such a big thing, and I want to talk about it because not everybody wants to talk about it. So, hence the reason why I want to do this video. And this video also will be a podcast as well. It will be up live tonight for everyone to hear later as well. But tell me what you guys think. Give me something that benefits you, that you've realized that your relationship with time isn't always everything at work. You have to have that separation. Also to working long hours. I know I brought that up. What time do you open? What time do you close? Is that always a big thing? Let me bring up my chat because I don't have my chat up here yet. I want to make sure if somebody's writing something, I'm ahead of it. But what your shop hours? What are those like? Are they realistic? Do you give your clients realistic time frames as far as job being done? Do you give yourself an extra day? Do you give yourself an extra 2 days? Just because, why not tell the client, you'll be done in 3 days, and then give it to them in 2. You know what I mean? Why not do that? Why can't we do that? Why stress ourselves out? I know Brian just had commented, make sure to give yourself enough time. Yeah, definitely. Enough time. Realistic time frames to get the jobs done. Just so you can spend more time to do other things. That's always a big thing. You know what I mean? Do you have employees? Do you have help? Do you let them do the tasks from start to finish? Are you able to let that part of your business go as far as installation and what they do at the shop? You know what I mean? That was a huge thing that I was never able to let go. And that's a personal thing for me. I've always been like this. I always have to double check other people's work because at the end of the day, if you're a business owner, it's your name out the door, no matter what. Your employees are your employees. Yes, they represent your company. They're a part of the company. But if you're able to check the work, and it was like you need to let them learn. We failed and never making that mistake again. Second time. Letting that part of the business go was always a hard thing for me. I always felt like I had to have my hands involved in the project, and that took me away from doing something else, which sucked. It's not fun. It's not time. It's time consuming. Why would I do that to myself? You can't let them do the job. Let it get out 100%, and you go do something else. That will alleviate so much time. Little tiny minutes that you don't accumulate yourself with on something else will give you time at the end of the day to either be able to leave a little early and have someone else close, or able to leave on time. That's huge. You got it. You just have to have that. And Brian writes in, I could never be the fastest nor worth it. Yeah, it's tough. It's definitely tough. You have to have realistic time frames for these things. It's crazy. I mean, at the end of the day, you know how fast you are. You know how quick you can get a job done. You've been doing it long enough. Why give yourself non-realistic times to be done with the project? And this all, honestly, this all circles around the fact that, and I know Justin Pate talks about this alone, cutting time, getting jobs done faster to get home to your family. This is all about family, man. I mean, yes, we're all in the rap industry. Yes, you know, all this and all that, but it's the time that you need to get back to your family. And that time is worth way more than anything in the world. And this came up during a conversation today on some messages that came up, and I've drilled this. Chuck and I've had heart to hearts about this, and I know Chuck's making a huge change into getting home sooner, spending more time, and I want to say I want to take credit for that. I've told him this. Get home. Don't work so late, man. Get home to those kids. Those kids need you at home. And this goes to everybody. Goes to everybody. You're not going to get that time back. Especially when they're young, they realize stuff. And when they realize that mom or dad ain't home as much because they're always at work, or you're working Saturdays, which is a tough time. You got to have those weekends to yourself. That those Saturdays and Sundays got to be for family time. You can't continue to work in that manner. It's not healthy. Definitely not healthy. And I know this got brought up during the messages. You have an exit plan. That's a huge thing. What's your game plan? Being already in the industry, successful and whatnot, do you have an exit plan? Do you plan on retiring early? Do you plan on working till 65? Do you plan on selling the business? Do you plan on working till you can't work anymore? Brian writes, I've never seen a competition for cleanest install. Yeah, it's crazy. We time. At the end of the day, what is your time worth? Is it worth staying an extra 2-3 hours at the end of the day and working a little later and getting home where your significant other's already cooked dinner, plates on the table, cold or heated, kids are in. It's all time you'll never get back, and I can really wholeheartedly say, but I'll never make that mistake again. You know what I mean? Change the way I worked. Don't work Saturdays. Don't work till a certain time. Things can wait till tomorrow. You know what I mean? Things can definitely wait for tomorrow. Why can't they? Is it gonna kill you to not finish up a door at the end of the day and wait for it to be done for tomorrow and have it picked up? No. And half the time, honestly, these clients are crazy. They're like, oh, I need it done by the end of the week, blah, 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 blah. You get it done by the end of the week. What happens? That weird conversation happens at the end of the week. Oh, I'll pick it up on Monday. Well, what the fuck? You know what I mean? Like, I just spent whatever long getting it done to get picked up, and then you're not even picking it up when you said you did. It's crazy. These things happen. They happen every day. It's crazy. You can't. Why? If they're able to get away with it, why can't you just call them and say, hey, I got jammed up. I'll be ready tomorrow afternoon. Gives you time to get it done in the morning, even get it preheated before it goes out the door, whatnot. You're not stressing out. You're home, and you can spend time. Or if you don't have significant others, you don't have kids, man, time for yourself. I know my next podcast episode coming up with Hanir from House of Raps. He plays b-ball, plays basketball after work. You know what I mean? That's his thing every week. Goes and hangs out, plays 2-on-2, 3-on-3, whatever. That's his release. You gotta have a release. You can't be consumed around work. You charge a storage fee if they don't pick it up. Yeah, you got to. You have to. It's funny you bring that up. This came up on my last podcast episode with Charlie, and they charge $30 a day. You don't pick it up, hey, the bill's gonna be a little bit higher. When you come pick it up, and charge a washing fee. That shit takes time. You know what I mean? There's nothing worse than getting a goddamn car coming in that's dirty. You're mentally prepared to get this job done when it gets in. You want to give it an alcohol bath. You want to clay bar it and get the panels put on and laid. Well, what happens? You got a crew of guys washing a fucking car. You're paying them to wash the car for what? What a waste of money. Really? We're not detail guys. We're rappers. Rap technicians, nonetheless. We're here to provide a service, not to clean your car. Bring it in clean, man. Charge a cleaning fee. God damn. You know what I mean? Why not? Why do we shortchange ourselves on that? Why? Just tell the client right off the bat, hey, your car's fucking filthy. I'm charging you an extra $50 to clean it. Why not? Yeah, $250 to clean it? Fuck. You know what I mean? I'll tell you that. They get charged $100 or even $50 to clean a goddamn car. They ain't gonna bring another car dirty. I'll tell you that. And then you can actually get your work done. You can spend a half an hour, 45 minutes just cleaning the car. What does that add on to the end of the day? Fuck, another hour? Come on. It's just shit like that. It's just, you're up shit's creek as soon as that shit comes in, and car's dirty, and you know what I mean? What's gonna happen? Now you've gone all day, that extra 30 minutes. Now you tacked on another 2 minutes, another 5 minutes. Next thing you know, it's 5 o'clock, and you can't scoot out. You can't leave because you had to wash the car at the beginning of the day. It just snowballs, and it sucks, and you have to get paid for that. You know what I mean? Yeah, do you lose time? Maybe, but you ain't paying your guys to the regular wage to be washing a car. You got to make a little bit of money. Why not? Shane says, here's how I look at it. I'm not a drive-through nor a hack. If you know particular magenta, you don't have that particular cyan. You don't have stock, overstock of colors. You run out. What happens? You're fucked. I mean, it sucks. Believe me, it's happened to me. I got to a point where, you're not making enough money. You're not able to have $500-$600 worth of extra ink lying around. What do? You know what I mean? You buy as you go. Head strikes, yeah, all day long, man. Printing a goddamn banner, those things are the worst to print. Even when you pop the head up, that extra half an inch, man. If you're not watching it, it could ruin the whole print. You wasted banner material, you wasted regular material, and it's not even head strikes. How about if your laminator jams up? Man, I talked highly about that. If you ain't got a good laminator, holy shit, are you swearing at that thing at the end of the day? You printed the whole job, you're ready to go, you outgassed it for a day, you go to laminate it, you're screwed. Boom, done, gone. Start over from one. Take up doesn't take up. Yeah, I know, right? It's crazy. This is the shit we deal with, and nobody knows. And what I'm saying is that shit adds time to your day. That doesn't get you home. When you're supposed to be home at the end of the day. You know what I mean? And everybody's been through it. Everybody's done it. But you just have to have a plan. And I know they just had this boot camp from Avery. It's all about business. I got a little inside look on kind of talked about a little bit about it and got some information from it. And like, this is what struck me to build or make this video. It's just the way people structure their business. And I think if you have the opportunity, and I know this was just a pilot concept to get people in and maybe collect some feedback on what they thought about it, to add more of these boot camps about business, not so much about the rapping business, obviously, but about the rapping business internally, not just the raps. You know what I mean? Installation and processes and things like that. It's paperwork. What are you doing? Checklists. What are you doing? Um, do you have a checklist for your client? What are you doing internally? How many people do you have? Things of that nature. That stuff adds time to your day too. Um, Shane, they track so bad. Just lay it on the floor. Yeah, dude, it's the shit we deal with. It's kind of the nature of the beast. The lamination with strike, head strikes, printer going down. You know what I mean? Your e-coder strip goes. Now you can't track. You can't track how large your media is. Now you got to get a technician out to replace the strip unless you're pretty savvy on fixing printers, or you're sitting there with alcohol, on a paper towel and cleaning that strip just to get that last print in at the end of the day. You know what I mean? We need a damn show on Discovery. Yeah, I know, right? We do. It's ironically enough, I really thought like I would create a show, but there's so many people out there, that have, YouTube channels that talk about their day-to-days. Daniel from Premium Auto Restyling, man. If you haven't seen any of his stuff, check out his YouTube page. He's got some great stuff. Talks about his business. Videos on rapping, tips and tricks too, and they're starting to do daily vlogs, and it's such a great idea because he brings you behind the scenes. Such a great concept. I was thinking the same thing. Half these cats don't know how it works, what goes on. Yeah, man. They don't. They fly by the seat of their pants and they start a business, and I think we all kind of start like that. We kind of figure it out as we go at the end of the day. I know I did. I'm not gonna lie. I didn't have a clue. I didn't go to school for business. I went for school for web design and graphic design. That was my degree. Got my associates in that, and it was what it was. I never went for business. I never learned accounting. I never learned how to open a business. I didn't know I needed a certificate. I didn't know I had to go to my town and tell them I was starting a business. I learned as I went. I didn't know that I needed to have, once you make over, I think 30,000 or 35,000, you got to convert yourself from a DBA to an LLC. And then, what do you pick after an LLC? Shit. Are you an S corp? Are you whatever corp? Who fucking tells you this shit? Nobody. You go to do your taxes and then you get screwed on self-employment tax because you have a goddamn DBA and you made $100,000, and now you owe the IRS 30,000. What? Who tells you that? Nobody. I ended up owing 12 grand one year. It's like, oh, okay. Well, if I converted to an S corp, I have more write-offs. I can write off a lot more. I could write myself off, write myself a check. Who writes themselves a check when they first start? Nobody. You know what I mean? I had to hire a payroll company to write me my own checks, and then I had to pay them like a $3 fee to write my own check, every check for everybody I had. Like, who tells you this? Nobody. You learn as you go, and it sucks. I dropped out of 9th grade. Holy shit. Diploma at the end there? Take your test, Brian? The customers don't get it either. If it's raining, why do I need to bring it a day sooner? This is shit that, that particular comment chain falls into your business process, in your contract, no matter what, it's got it. Yeah, GED. Thank you. I don't know, that escaped me hard. Sorry. But that's just part of the process. That's what it's about. You got to tell your client, if it rains, if it snows, whatever, bring it in a day early. That snow's got to melt. I got to clean it. You ain't getting it wrapped that same day. Because the car's wet. Vinyl doesn't stick to wet cars. I'm sorry. It's something that I had to deal with here in New England, especially when it got closer to, November, December. It started getting cold, it's rainy, could snow, or not snow, but most likely it would snow. Um and then, again, now you're a day behind because it was never brought to their attention that, oh, if it snows, I'm going to need an extra day. And then, boom, now, snowball effect. You're fucked. I like the race cars, but you know this. Yeah, for sure. Yeah, I mean, they're easy money. They're great money. But when you got commercial fleets coming in and they have to be back to back, one after another, and weather is dependent. Holy shit, sucks. It's not fun. It's definitely not fun. Um, but if Brian or Shane, you guys want to call in and talk to me on the phone, here's a number. Call me. You can call into the show. We can talk for a little bit about some stuff. If you want to talk about some stuff, let's talk. You know what I mean? I appreciate you guys being on here. And huge shout out to CJ Signs, man. They hooked me up huge with some tumblers. Some all wrapped up tumblers. I love these things. Great for the show. Great advertisement. I got 2 of them. They hooked me up hard, and they gave me some cool stickers. I got like 250 stickers, which is great. Needed those to start some branding. Yeah. Take your time, brother. But I want to get your insight. Call me up. Talk about it. Let's come up with some type of again, I want to thank 3rd annual Raps VIP event for sponsoring the podcast until the event starts. I'll be doing a live broadcast from there, and if you want to set up an appointment while I am in Long Beach to sit down, we can do this anywhere. I'm gonna be mobile. I'm gonna have my recorder, a couple mics, sit down for a few, shoot the shit, talk about some new stuff coming out for the industry. Hit me up. Go over to my website and send me an email. And we can, if you're close enough, I can drive over to you. Let's set something up at your facility too. Going to a house buying seminar. Nice. But yeah, I mean, this whole kind of conversation was just about, how can we make more time for ourselves? You know what I mean? How can we get enough done throughout the day at our shops and be able to leave at a reasonable time to get home to significant others, family members, kids, whatever it may be. Building time for yourself is a big thing. You got to be healthy, not working late, and all that shit. I know, Brian. You're pretty good, man. You've got a good time frame going. As far as your projects, you know how fast you can work and how much you can get done. I feel like I forget which vehicle it was. I think it was the Maserati, the red Maserati you had. You've had that thing for quite a while, but you were doing door jams. You were doing everything for a while on that thing. I know you just posted pictures yesterday. Thing came out really, really nice. So crazy. So we've been on for about, I don't know, 35 minutes, give or take. Gonna take a quick peek here at Instagram. see what's going on the gram. I know I posted a video saying I was gonna be on live, and and talk to you guys for a little bit. So thank you, Jane, and thank you, Brian, for coming on and commenting and talking for a little bit about some stuff. Appreciate it. There's some great stuff on Instagram today. A lot of people working, great projects. Let me see. I saw an awesome rap earlier. I think it was earlier this morning, but oh, look at this, huh? Fellers has the monkey tails, customized squeegee buffers, tape in rolls now. See, this is huge. I haven't used those squeegee buffers yet. I wonder how they work. I see you watching me too. Yeah, man. Doing some great stuff. For sure. Let me see. I saw something on here too. Yeah, I mean, this was just my rant. I really wanted to honestly, I really wanted to talk about this last week. I wasn't 100% prepared about it, but I felt like I'd rather come off seriously than having some type of script for something like this, because this has been a hot topic. This has definitely been a hot topic for a lot of my most recent guests I've had on, and those will be coming out soon. Every Monday, new episodes come out, but I've got a great new not video, but new guest coming on Monday. House of Raps, near, awesome. That podcast is gonna bring you all the way up to lunch, 3 hours long. It's gonna be great. Talk about some cool stuff. Talk about a story. Talk about some other things on his plate, and really have a great conversation with him, man. He's such a ball of fire, hilarious. We talk about so much stuff. You guys are really gonna enjoy this. But yeah, the new monkey strips, buffers, fellas is gonna be having those on there. But my rant, man, that was my rant. I just want people to be healthy, man. I know this line of work takes a lot out of us. I know this industry, people just think, oh, we're just putting stickers on, and how hard can it be? And it's, you're in the color change industry, if you're in the commercial industry, a lot of work. And if you don't have a crew and you do it solo, a lot of time. So we got someone calling in.
Call from.
This is Shane Marzoff.
To accept, press 1. To send a voicemail.
What's going on?
What's up, buddy?
Not much, man. How you been?
Good, man. Just enjoying the North Carolina weather.
Yeah? Yeah, is it nice out?
Yeah, it's not a cloudy sky.
Nice.
It's about maybe 73.
Oh, that's beautiful out. Holy shit. I think the highest we hit here in Boston was like 50 something.
Holy man.
Yeah.
Man, golly.
Yeah, go figure,
when
right?
When did it start warming up down there? When did it start warming up there?
Who knows? It was 70 last week. This weather sucks, man. God damn. Yeah. We just never know. It rained out for like 2 days, and it's been kind of muggy out, and this is how we get sick, man. I've got like a cold now because of this shit. It's crazy.
Yeah. So what's going on?
Not much, man. I wanted to do this. Live feed last week because last week I talked to a guest, and this is something that we brought up. Why do we work ourselves so much and so hard and so long, to lose out on time on other things? You know, why do we do it?
It's so crazy because like I'm in the heart. Jeremy Connor. The Connors.
Yeah.
And I've worked with Jeremy. He's a great guy. I worked with him at Motorsport Designs when I was over there.
Yeah.
And the thing is like they want it now. Every customer wants it now.
Yeah.
I rarely get a customer who says, "Hey, and I do a lot of contract stuff. That's a lot of my stuff. But when you get into like the racing deal, they want it right now.
Right.
And then you might do 2 or 3 cars a day. There's only two of you on the car.
Right.
That's most of the time. But when there's one of you and they say, "Okay, I need 2 cars done," you're like, "Oh, okay, all right, I'll do it." But it's good money. But still, by the end of the day, you're just like, "Let me get home." You don't want to see nobody. You just want to go. You know what I mean? You're tired.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then that leaves your family out. I mean, I'm single now, but it's it does weigh on you. I mean, it's terrible, and we all do it. Every one of us do it because we're after that almighty dollar. We want that dollar.
Do you think that's what it?
You talked to.
Do you think that's what it is? It's the money. It's the money thing. The either providing or the sensation of like not a lot of us get paid on Friday. Everybody gets paid every day because as soon as the job's done, the bills do. Is it that mentality?
I think that's a lot of it. I think it's when we're done, that check's going to be there when we're done or the next day.
Yeah.
Around here it is that way. I don't know. The way I work, I work. Hey, listen, I'm going to come do our builder.
Right. Right.
Want to be paid? We don't want to be paid like we have to pay fellas.
Exactly.
The labor's done. We want to. All they got to do is put it in a box and ship it.
Exactly.
But, I mean, that's a lot of it. I think it's kind of a high because you can make. I've made $10,000 in one night at one time.
Oh yeah, we've all been there.
Yeah, we've been there. We've done it. I did a trailer in Oklahoma City. I did it for a good friend of mine. He had an oil company. He's like, "Can you just tell me what you want for this trailer?" And he had a company credit card. Well, this is what it's going to cost, and it was on the money too.
Right.
But I didn't have that much material in it, And I said, "This is what it is." I stayed up all night.
Yeah.
All night long. Race. We took about a 2-hour break. Raced RC cars in the parking lot, and I finished it. I went from 8 to 8, and it was 48-foot trailer.
Did you work the next day?
And it was, no, I crashed.
Yeah.
I had to.
Yeah. It's what we have to do. We have to do that. You got to crash. You got to relax a little bit. And your arms are getting cramped up, and I don't know if anybody's with you. I mean, but yeah, your arms are getting cramped up, your hands get cramped up, but you got to keep going. I think my biggest thing is I want to get to the next job. Yeah,
I want to get.
It's that next job to next job to next job, and it's like money, more money, even more money than that.
Yeah. Right. And it might, and a lot of the guys around here, like you might work, 3 or 4 days, and you might not work for 6.
Right.
So you're looking, and it'll come. Just got to get to that point to where enough people out there know exactly how your work is and what you're doing.
Right.
And how you're doing it. And the prep, that's what I was saying to you. I was doing those box stands up in Pilot Mountain, North Carolina. Well, the guy that I was doing it for, I was like, "Listen, it's raining his ass off." So, and it's an hour for me to get up there. So I got to go up there and make sure that everything's getting done. I get up there and I'm like, "Listen, we got to start spraying this thing down, getting it cleaned up, blowing it off, The next day I come in to start rapping, there's still water seeping out. So that's, it goes into the prep. It goes into what you were saying just about how the production goes. It's all about production.
Right.
If your production is not right on the money, you're not getting nothing done.
Right. Losing money at the end of the day.
You're losing money. You can have a head strike. You can, and the head strikes are the worst. Or you're running out of ink, or you're doing this or doing that. It's got to be in the production.
Right.
And I've been telling the kid up there, and I'm like, listen, I don't want to come up here and do stuff. I'm doing contract work for this guy up here. I don't want to come up here and not be ready.
Right.
Because it's an hour. I mean, an hour for me is not really much, but
you're losing money.
Ready.
Yeah, you're losing money.
Yeah, you're losing money. I just want to be ready. I want the panels to be rolled up. And what I've been doing, to be honest with you, is just to save me time. I've been telling them to print them horizontal.
Yeah.
Because I'll pull the whole entire backing off of one spot. I mean, I'll do a whole entire bus and pull that whole entire, you only get 2 panels on the bus anyway.
Right.
They're all
top and
windows
bottom.
anyway.
Right.
Yeah, I'll get the bottom and I'll pull that whole entire thing. I was doing some stuff down in South Carolina, and the first time I went down there, and this guy is on the money with his printing, with everything,
templating, and everything.
He's awesome. And he looked at me and I said, "What?" He said, "What are you doing?" I said, I'm going to pull the whole entire back." And he goes, "You're out of your mind." I said, "Oh, watch this."
Yeah.
You just roll with it. I mean, it's a 43-foot bus. Just take your time, go with it, and go. It saves time in the long run. It just saves time, and that's my whole pet peeve is when I get there, I want to go. I want to get the job done. I'm going to make sure it's right, and I'm going to walk out. Tomorrow I'll come get the check, or you can pay me when I leave.
Right. Right. And it's all about having the correct tools, too. I mean, when you're doing a panel like that and you're talking 42 feet and it's basically a straight panel for the most part, having the bill collector is always a good thing because those squeegees are going to be huge and long and just precise.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Yep. And I had the bill collectors because if you go onto my Instagram, you'll see me doing that buzz.
Yep.
And we did the contract was 39. I got sick and I couldn't finish the whole contract out, but they're still pumping them out. It was just one of them deals. I just couldn't be down there. So
right.
I had surgery. So, but it was the bill collector is probably the best thing I've ever seen. I tinted windows for 16 years. So.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
So you came from you came from the other side.
Yeah. Oh yeah. So when I tell somebody to push everything to a corner, I'm trying to teach somebody, and they just don't understand it. But that's the way to go. I mean, the faster the better. It's all about production.
Right.
To me.
And knowing your capabilities as well, being realistic with yourself. Right. If you know you're going to do a van by yourself and it's going to take you 8 hours. Just tell the client, it's going to take me 2 days. Give yourself a little bit of time. Right. But if you tell them, you can pick it up at the end of the day, you're just setting yourself up for failure. Anything could go wrong.
Yeah, and, I got a good friend in Oklahoma City. His name is Sean Graham. I don't know if you've heard of Sean at 247 Graphics.
Okay.
Me and Sean, we have done a lot together. And me and Sean kind of, you'll have to look him up. He's an awesome guy. We went to Orlando for the rap contest out there a couple of years ago, and that's basically how he broke it down with me. We got to start at the computer first, and then we got to figure out when the customer's going to bring it in. If he brings it in on Wednesday and it's got to be done by Monday. Well, let's be a hero and have it done by Saturday.
Right.
I don't want to work on Saturday, but let's have it done, let's have it done before.
Delivery on Saturday is one thing. Working on Saturday is another
Right.
thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and I hate it.
Yeah, it sucks.
And we've all done it. We've done it all. Everybody's done it. So
Yep.
Yeah,
How often do you work Saturdays now?
try not to. I go to the racetrack most of the time.
There you go. But that's enjoyable. That's healthy
I-
for you. That's something that you do for yourself.
Yeah.
It's like a benefit for you. It's like you work all week. You know what I mean? You're stressed out. That's
What's
just a relief for you. Going to the track?
It's like a cold beer, you know, when you come home. You know?
Right.
You know, everybody wants to have a, you know, cold beer or whatever.
It tastes the best on those long days. The nice, the cold on your lips. You're like, all right, I'm gonna sit on the couch for a couple hours. You know what I mean?
Yep. Exactly.
That's
it's
so
just
funny.
But you know, like I was telling you, going back to the box fans, you know, we got to get these in the shop. We need to get them blown off,
Right.
and it needs to be ready. I mean, let's start cutting off the caulking. Let's start getting all that cleaned up. Let's get all that stuff. Let's make sure there's caulking in the shop that we can go back and recaulk and you know, there's steps to it.
Right.
But if the guys don't know how it goes, you're not getting nowhere. You're pissing in the wind.
Right. And why do that? Why do that to yourself?
Yeah, because I'm done pissing in the wind. I've had too much of it. You know.
How long have you been in the industry?
I've been doing this. I used to hand letter.
Really?
Yeah, I'll have to send you some stuff. I'll send it to your email. I used to hand letter, man. I've been doing this since I was 13.
Damn,
In
13,
the sign
man.
business.
Respect, bro. Respect. I love hand painters.
In the sign business.
That's insane.
In the sign business since I was 13, and then I started fitting windows when I just right after. I'm from Oklahoma City originally,
Okay.
and then I just started. I just started fitting windows at a place called Prestige in downtown Oklahoma City, and then the Oklahoma City bombing happened and all that stuff.
Wow.
And then
so you were around then,
and then
when that had happened.
Oh yeah.
Holy shit.
I was a block and a half away.
Come on.
I swear, man. I swear. You can call my dad right now. Honest to God.
Oh my God.
It was at Fifth and Broad. It was at Fifth and Broadway. I was at 7th and Broadway.
Holy shit.
Look it up.
How scary was
I
that?
at a place called. It was the worst thing ever.
Oh my God,
I
I can't
saw people coming out with
imagine.
sheets. I know. We're kind of getting off a little bit. I'm just trying to give you a little history. of me,
No. This is the way it goes, man. We talk about anything.
But anyway, I was doing a lot of race cars and stuff, and lettering race cars, and I didn't have to do anything in high school because I painted all the high school baseball signs and all that stuff with a brush.
Wow.
Up there, like you guys, you know, like the New England guys do. They still got it up there. You know, you still got the Jersey guys doing all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. There ain't a lot,
and then
though.
I started tinting windows.
There ain't a lot.
Do
Tell
what?
you. There isn't a lot of hand painters left up here.
Yeah, it's a dying art. But I'll definitely send you stuff on your email tonight. But anyway, so I started tinting windows. That was like the cool thing back then.
Yeah.
Oh, you're the guy that tints windows and blah blah blah. And then I moved from Oklahoma City and I went to Phoenix.
Okay.
Well, then it blew up.
Wow. The window tinting.
I was making like, I think the most I made in 1 month just tinting windows. That's just tinting windows was that I think 24,000.
That's a hot place though. People are looking to get their windows tinted to keep those cars cool.
Man, I worked 47 days straight when I first got there, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is the craziest thing ever, blah blah blah. So, and then I just got burnt out.
Yeah.
And I was like, I'm gonna have to get back in the graphic industry, you know. And I got with this place, and they're like, all right, you ever seen a wrap? I'm like, I've seen it, but I don't know how to do it. I mean, I know how to do it. I've wrapped back windows, you know what I mean? That type of deal.
Right.
And then it just blew up. And then how I got into this whole the NASCAR deal and coming out here like with Jeremy's out here, and there's a lot of great rappers out here. I mean,
there are in North Carolina. There's a lot. I got a buddy down there, the sign scientist. I don't know if he's near you a little bit. He's in
Where's he at?
North Carolina.
Okay. There's a lot of great guys out
here. There's a lot of shops out there. I think I Googled. He was my first episode. He was my first guest on the podcast. And I think I Googled his area, and I couldn't believe within like 50, 60-mile radius how many rap shops there are, whether they're franchises or mom and pop shops or just shops that are just up. I couldn't believe how many were just around in North Carolina. Huge.
Yeah, it was crazy. So what happened was when Katrina came, and this was 2005, when Katrina came in, and it was Katrina time, our air conditioner went on our house, so the insurance put us into a hotel. So a bunch of the NASCAR drivers, the haulers came in there.
Yep.
The show car guys, not the haulers, show car guys. Well, my son raced go-karts at the time, and we had our go-kart in our trailer, and everybody's looking at it, blah, blah, blah. We're all in the parking lot. There's this guy. He said, man, you need to, I told him what I did. He said, and this is like, man, this is maybe like, maybe a week into it. And he said, man, you need to move to North Carolina. I'm like, why? He goes, because that's where all the race wraps are. And I was like, let's do it.
So you picked up
the very next day.
You picked up and left?
I picked up a phone. I called my buddy Shane Carson that lives in Oklahoma City, and I said, listen, you know anybody in North Carolina? And if Jeremy's listening, he'll know Frank Bolter, a buddy that we used to all do stuff for.
Yeah.
And I said, Shane said, call this guy. This guy called me. He said, what's your background, blah, blah. And he called me back about 20 minutes later. He said, listen, when do you want to leave? I mean, you want to come out here? I said, yeah. He said, when do you want to leave? I said, I don't know, a couple of days. He goes, well, I got you a flight for tomorrow. He flew me out like that. And as soon as I landed, dude, I'm telling you, as soon as I landed, I called my wife. I said, listen, sell everything. Don't sell any of the racing stuff. Sell everything else. We're coming to Charlotte.
That's insane.
We got here, man, and that was, it's kind of been history. And then I worked for Motorsport Designs for 3.5 years. And then I got on to Wood Brothers Racing, and a bunch of us got fired. It was a team thing, and then just been doing my thing ever since.
Wow, good for you, man.
So,
and now it's been how long? How long since you made that jump?
I made that jump in 2005 at the end of it.
Wow. Oh, so you're going on 13 years?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. Oh.
That's insane.
Been to a couple contests, and but yeah, it's I don't want to get off the subject or nothing, but yeah, it's just the production thing is a big thing. I don't, the up and coming guys, just I don't know if a lot of them are just hungry for that money, that quick high.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That quick thing.
Well, too, it's not
cool.
We all don't have the options to work with significant others either. You know what I mean?
Right.
So that's always tough on everybody. So not seeing that person there, not seeing not having them pop in the shop and dealing with home life and dealing with kids or whatever you have going on, and you being at the shop, you don't get to spend that extra few minutes with the person, and they can't relate to the type of stresses you have, business wise, because they may not be as involved. You know what I mean? And
absolutely.
And it's tough to come home and bring that home.
I kind of go back to you're saying the same thing about family. I kind of go back to one year I was at Motorsports. I would sleep on top of a hauler. I would be so tired that I would sleep on a hauler. And I don't know if Jeremy will probably hear this, but he's been there. I would sleep on a hauler to wait for the next hauler to come in, and just sleep there and just be ready for the next. They would be lining up outside
That's insane.
One would be pulling out, the other one would be pulling in. And we would, we had a crew, we'd just rock it out. And it was, you know what a big thing is? The big high of it, the high of it for me was, it's seeing that trailer going down the road and go, you know what? I did that one. Or I did that car, or, you know what I mean? And it don't matter if it's commercial. If I do something cool going down the road, that's cool. You did that.
Yeah, I mean, I would agree. I would 100% agree with what you're saying. Is when you see, because I have been out of the industry for 3 years, and I still to this day see a lot of my work driving around, and it still puts, even though it's been 3, 4, 5 years that I've, wrapped that vehicle, to see it again driving downtown or whatnot, it puts a smile on my face. I'm not gonna lie. I'm just like, shit, it still looks good. I did that 4 or 5 years ago. I may not be in the industry 100% thing. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
That is a super high stimulant, so to say, when you see that drive away or afterwards seeing it. Those are two huge things. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Huge things. And I don't think for me, I don't think money could substitute time for me. Personal level.
I agree with you. I just, right then.
For sure.
But my thing is, my biggest pet peeve is this. The production needs to be done before you even start on the wrap. If that whole production is not done, it's not printed, it's not doing this, I don't want nothing to do with it. I really don't. I mean, it might sound bad to a lot of guys, but if I don't have all my panels or I don't have everything set up ready to go, I just don't want nothing to do with it. It makes a bad day.
I agree. Totally agree.
For me, so.
Yeah.
Well, listen, I'll get off here. I'll let you get back talking. I'll email you tonight. See your pictures.
Yeah, send me some pictures. We'll line something up soon and have you on the podcast and talk for a little bit.
Okay, buddy.
All right, man. Appreciate you calling in. You too. Be safe. We'll talk to you soon.
No problem. All right, bye-bye.
Bye. All right, folks. So that was it. Crazy. We've come to the conclusion where, money's a factor. We're all, going after that money. We want to be after that money. Nothing wrong with that. So, and that stimulant, that high that you get when the job's done, as well. So, honestly, this has been great. We ran a little over an hour. Honestly, I gave myself a half an hour for this one. I didn't think I was gonna be able to. I didn't know if I was gonna be able to go on with this conversation, in depth, in detail, a little bit. But I want all you guys to, really look at your business, really look at what you're doing, figure out a process to benefit yourself moving forward. Set yourself realistic goals, set yourself realistic time frames to getting the work done, having shop hours, and sticking to them, because as soon as you don't stick to them, that's when things start falling apart, guys. So come up with the plan, stick to that plan. Please comment below, give me your feedback, hit me up on Instagram, hit me up on Facebook. Let me know if you found this video, and you found any value in it. I hope this helps you open up your eyes a little bit on a little bit of structure and really looking at things in a different perspective, business wise, to help be healthier. You know what I mean? I want to see everybody be successful. I want everybody to have success. I want everybody to be happy in this industry. And I think the first things you got to do is make sure you have time for yourself at the end of the day. That's a huge thing. I don't want to sound like a shrink or nothing, but I I want to see everybody be healthy and be happy. Nobody wants to come home, stressed out, aggravated, or, hey, fucking didn't get a check today because they picked up their car and, busted my ass all day so they could pick it up and they didn't have a check for me. It happens. We've all been there. We've all been in that predicament, and you have to bite your tongue. Like, check will be in the mail tomorrow. I mean, is it worth it? Yes, it's worth it. You're benefiting yourself. You're benefiting your family. You're providing. You're doing things to help grow your business. But in the beginning stages, don't sell yourself short. Create a system. Stick to the system. Ask questions. Ask someone else. Ask a mentor. Ask someone else in the industry. We're all here to help. And what I can do to provide information or some type of platform to help you guys kind of structure things or give my advice and things. And our guests give absolutely the best advice. The best advice you could have is, listening from start to finish about how they got started, what they're doing now that changed them, how they became successful. Everybody's got a different story. Everyone's done everything differently. If we could take a little piece of every episode and add that to your everyday business, business and add value, I mean, and that's going to help you benefit and catapult you to the next level, man, so be it. Take advantage of this free platform. Watch the videos, listen to the episodes. It's here. I want to help. I definitely want to help. I've been through those struggles before. I've been through the ups. I've been through the downs. It's crazy, and I know all of you guys have been as well. So that being said, guys, look at what you guys are doing. Think positive. Set up a system. Stick to that system, and build your brand as healthy as you can be. Don't be stressed out. There's always tomorrow. Don't forget that. So, can't get the job done today? Go home. Pick it up tomorrow. Client will not be worried about if you're upfront with them. Call them. Say, it ain't getting done today. Pick it up tomorrow. Okay, cool. No worries. Do it. You'll be surprised. All right, guys. So, I'm going to head out. Appreciate everybody that came on and commented. Appreciate everybody listening after the live feed. If you found this information useful, smash that like button, subscribe. Also, too, you're going to go back and listen to the audio. It will be up on iTunes as well as my website tonight to listen later for your liking. And again, I want to thank the 3rd annual RapsCon, Raps VIP, and RapsCon, you know what I mean, coming up for sponsorship. Appreciate it. We'll be doing a live broadcast. RapsVIPevent.com. RapsVIPevent.com. Shout out to Kevin Keff. Appreciate the hat and the apparel, brother. Appreciate you sending over that little care package for me. Go check out Kevin on Instagram. Shout out to Kevin for PG Nola apparel. If you want to pick up some gear, hit him up. Great stuff. And you're supporting a great person in the industry, man. Check out his podcast episode too with Kevin Kev. And go to rapsvipevent.com for more information about the Long Beach event. Hit me up on my website, allwrappeduppodcast.com. Set up an appointment with me while I'm there. I will be there all week. I believe I'll be there from the 28th till the 7th. So plenty of time to sit down, come to your shop, set up a little podcast episode at your place or at the show. So head over to allwrappeduppodcast.com and hit me up on an email. Got a few appointments already set up throughout the week, but I want to see as many people as I can in Long Beach. So again, thank you to our sponsors. Thank you to everyone listening. Hit that like button. if you like the information, and we will talk to you guys later.